Welcome, AARP friends. My name is Sheila Martin, and I am a volunteer with AARP Delaware. During these times, it's so important to stay calm and be focused. That is why we are bringing you this fall yoga series. Each session features Erin Shivone, a yoga trainer, who will take you through a gentle yet invigorating class and get you moving and feeling great throughout your day. It's all part of AARP's goal to help you take on today and live your best life. And as always, please consult your physician before starting any exercise program. Enjoy the class and share it with your friends. Back over to you, Erin.
Thank you, Sheila. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, to our gentle yoga class. If you have not joined us before, my name is Erin Shivone, and I'll be leading you through our sequence today. If you have joined us, we hope that you visit us every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I know that we have individuals, friends from all over the US, from Spain, from all over the world, which is such a wonderful way to bring us all together right now in these times. As Sheila mentioned, definitely make sure that you reach out to your physician before starting any new exercise routine, including yoga. And we will go ahead and get started. So I have a chair behind me. I will scoot back in just a moment. I have a chair behind me because we want this to be accessible to everyone, regardless of what is going on in your body today. If you need to modify, you can use a chair. You can modify in whatever way is going to work for your body, because this is about you and your practice. So let's go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. It could be down on the ground with your legs crossed. Maybe it's on your back. I'm going to invite you to start however you'd like to start today. Maybe it's sitting in a chair. If you're in a seated position, make sure you bring in a nice long spine. Feeling a gentle lift of the crown of the head upwards as your sits bones are rooting down into whatever is supporting you. And begin to come into your breath. Noticing the inhale and exhale. A gentle rise and fall of the chest. I'm going to share a poem with you today. One of my favorites by Dana Fouts. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold. The holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with a grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go, and find the peace, the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. Sometimes we need to just let it go and flow with whatever comes our way, just as we flow in our yoga practice, moving our bodies connected to breath. Bring your palms together and set your intention for your practice. Maybe there's something you're ready to let go of. And bring your hands down by your side. I am going to scoot back. and find a seated position on the mat. Good. Take a nice deep inhale, lift your arms up. On your exhale, twisting gently to the right. Twisting to the right. A gentle twist to the spine. On your inhale, reach your arms up. Palms are going to touch. Exhale, let's twist over to the left this time. Not forcing, just gently moving with breath. Inhale, warming up our bodies. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms are going to lift. Exhale, hands down by your side. Good. Let's open up our legs, taking our legs a little wider. Moving the flesh away from the sit bones. Inhale, take your arms up. There can be a soft bend in the knees. Toes are facing up. Exhale, folding forward. Bringing your hands down to the ground. I have blocks here. You can use blocks. You can use towels, pillows, blankets, books, whatever you'd like. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward. If it feels okay, let's go ahead and walk them over to the right. Gently pressing the left sit bone down into the mat to feel that stretch coming into the lower back, maybe all the way up the back, maybe feel it in the shoulder. Inhale, walk your hands back through center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, walk your hands back and in towards your body. Good. And we're going to bring the legs together. Inhale, arms are going to lift. Exhale, hands down by your side. And I forgot my water, so I'm going to grab my water. Always need our water with us, which feel free. We will give you a water break, but feel free, to stop and drink some water whenever you'd like. Always good to stay hydrated, right? Good. So crossing the legs, inhale. We're going to find that same fold. Exhale, folding forward. Walking your hands away. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, maybe take your hands over to the right. And just notice if you feel any difference now that the legs are crossed. You might feel it in the hip more, in the glutes. Inhale, walk your hands back through center. Exhale, over to the opposite side. Always moving with the breath. Inhale, hands come back in and in towards the body. Let's bring the knees in towards each other. Feet are going to plant down onto the mat or the ground. You might not have a mat. That's totally fine. Go ahead. Hands can come behind the legs. Take a nice deep inhale. Draw those shoulders up and back. Let's do that again. Inhale, bring them up and back. And then point the toes so much that maybe the heels lift off of the mat. Lifting one leg. You can stay here. Bring the right knee in towards your body. So chest and knee are moving in towards each other, trying to shorten that distance. Good. Elbows are reaching down. Find your breath. And then place the right foot down. Lift the left leg up. You can feel that in your core. You might even start to shake. Your leg might start to shake. Bring the chest and knee a little bit closer. And then bring the foot down. All right. Are you ready to be challenged? So you can either come into the same movement or pose that we found a second ago, or you can lift both legs up. Hands can be behind the knees. Draw the knees in towards you. It's okay if you feel a little rocky. Boats rock, right? You can rock side to side. If you really want to challenge yourself, if it feels okay, you can let go. But try to keep that straight spine. Inhale, lifting a little bit higher. Exhale, 2 more breaths here. If you're sitting in a chair, play around with lifting one leg and then the other. You can still activate these deep core muscles. And then bring the feet down, cross the legs. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Walk your hands back behind you. Draw the shoulders down towards the ground. Inhale, lift the chest slightly to feel this opening through the chest, through the heart center. Mini back bend here. Good. And release. And we're going to make our way to all fours, to tabletop. So coming to tabletop. Good. We're going to make our way to tabletop. And we're going to start to find, I'm going to come close for a minute. I feel so far away from you sometimes. We're going to come into our cats and cows. So if you've joined our class before, cats and cows are just an extension and flexion of the spine. Really open up the muscles along the spine, create more space in the vertebra, and maybe you'll leave class a little bit taller today. I always feel like after yoga class, I'm a little bit taller. My 5'4" 3/4 or 5'3", look at me, I'm changing my height. My 5'3" 3/4 sometimes makes it to 5'4". Inhale to your cow, using a blanket under the knees. If you feel like you want a little extra support, you want to be gentle on those knees. So here's our back bend again that we just found. On your exhale, rounding into the back, your head can relax, gaze can go through the legs. Inhale, moving into cow pose. Exhale into cat. Slowly moving between these two poses or asanas. Good. Come back to center. I'm going to slide my blanket down just a little bit to give myself space. We're going to move on to our forearms. Okay, so the hands are parallel. They look like this. They're parallel to each other. Fingers are spread wide. And now we're going to slide our hips back just a little. So all of the areas that are touching the ground or pressing the ground away, the hands, the forearms, the elbows, the knees, the shins are trying to reach down towards the ground. They might not touch, but that's what they're doing. They're pressing down. Tops of the feet are pressing down. Draw the belly button in. So this is another really deep core engagement here. Good. And moving your head side to side. Making sure we're not tensing up the neck. Good. You can do this. I know I'm starting to shake. So keep with it. One more breath here. Good. And then walk your hands back in. Excellent job. We're going to reach the right leg back behind us. I'm going to move this chair just so it's not a distraction for right now. Good. So extended tabletop. Draw the belly button in. I'm going to reach the left arm forward. Stay here or take the right foot off of the mat. Good. And notice if you're dumping down, can you draw the belly in? So we're activating those deep core muscles today, which will help us in all of our poses. It'll help our lower backs if you're suffering from lower back pain. Good. And gently place the knee down and place the hand down. And as I said, if anything I instruct does not feel right for you today, you can modify or you can throw it out completely. Inhale, reach your right arm forward. Keep your gaze down towards the ground. So that way we have a nice long neck. We're not looking up because then we might feel tension in the neck. Good. So right hand reaches forward, left leg giving you the option of kicking back behind your toes facing down, and then draw the belly button in. Relaxing the jaw. Stay with the breath. If you need to touch down for a minute, you can lift back up. Good. And slowly place that hand down. Place the knee down. Inhale. Exhale to child's pose. Knees are going to come wide. We're going to sink back towards those heels. Big toes are going to touch. Forehead can lower down towards the ground. It can either be on the ground or you can use a pillow, something to support your head. And your inhale, come back up to tabletop. And we're going to come to stand. If you'd like to come into downward facing dog before coming to stand at the top of the mat, you're welcome to, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back. You can walk out your dog, bending one leg, bending the other. If you have a lot of pain in the wrists, you can take a blanket or little washcloths, or hand towel, and allow the fingers to rest over the towel or blanket. Good. And when you're ready, you can either walk your hands in towards your feet or walk your feet up towards your hands. If you haven't noticed, I like a lot of options. Options are good. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold back in. It's not a one size fits all, right? All of us feel differently, so all of us and our practices are going to look different. Inhale, reach your arms up, exhale, hands down by your side. But we're all practicing yoga and we're all reaping the benefits. So let's come to stand on the mat. Draw the shoulders back behind you. Fingers are reaching down. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, take your arms up, interlacing the fingers, grabbing hold of the right wrist. We're going to reach up towards the ceiling and over to the left. I'm going to move my blanket off to the side for just a moment. You can take your hips over to the right slightly. Feet are pressing down, opening up the sides of the body. Come back through center, switch sides. So grabbing a hold of the left hand with the right hand, left wrist. Oh, and then guide it over. Take another breath here. And come back up to center. Bring your arms down by your side. Inhale, draw them up. Exhale, back down. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take our stance a little bit wider. A wider legged forward fold. Hands can be on the hips. You can bring your hands down to a chair if you'd like. For a forward fold, if you can bring your toes in slightly, gives your lower back some space. Inhale, draw the elbows back behind. Exhale, folding forward. Hands can come down the legs. You can grab either elbow and sway side to side. Find your breath. Nice long inhale. Equally long exhale. And then bringing the hands to the hips, press the ground away, come all the way up, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands down. by your side. Beautiful. Scissoring those feet together. And we're going to come into warrior one. So I'll face this way to start, and then I'll turn to the side. So you're going to take your right leg, step your right foot forward, left leg is going to be back, widening the stance just a little bit if you need to. Go ahead and sink into the hip. Straighten the front leg, find the outside of the left foot, and then sink a little deeper. Good. Inhale. If you're feeling wobbly, take your feet wider. Good. Exhale, sink. Let's just do that a few times. That feels good to warm up the muscles. You feel that nice little stretch in the top of the left leg. Moving into our hip flexors, and then inhale. Take your arms either straight out in front of you or reach them up towards the ceiling. So from the side, it looks like this. Inhale and exhale. Stay here for one more breath. And then bring your hands back down. Lift that back heel and step the back foot up to meet the front. Give your legs a shake. So it's warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. And let's find it on the opposite side. So right foot will step back, left foot will be forward. And then taking a few breaths here, sinking into that front hip. I'm going to take my foot out to the side a little bit, which is going to allow me to bring my right hip forward so I can square the hips off. When my legs are too close, because I was feeling tension across the hip, I wasn't able to find that gentle twist. Good. And inhale, reach your arms up, here or here. Tailbone is moving down, chest is gently lifting up. Good. Bring your hands back down. Step the back foot up to meet the front foot. So we just came into warrior one. We're going to come into warrior two. But first, we're going to take a quick water break. So go ahead and grab your water, hydrate yourself, and then we'll continue with our yoga series. Okay, our next pose we're going to come in today is warrior two. So we just came into warrior one, we're going to move into warrior two. So taking the right toes, facing them out away from the body, sinking into your warrior two pose. Straighten, just as we did with warrior one. We're going to gently ease into this, straightening, exhale, sinking in. Last one, straightening, exhale, sinking in. Arms can reach out to the side. Nice strong arms. And gaze can go towards your right. And taking a little scan of your body. Just noticing where you might be gripping. Is it in the shoulders? Can you relax the shoulders down? Even though we're holding the arms up, can you give them a little relaxing of the muscles down towards the ground? Maybe it's the toes. Wiggle those toes. Make sure they're not gripping too hard. Can you find the ease in this pose? Inhale. Letting go of the tension. Focusing on the breath. Good. Slowly start to straighten your right leg. Take your right toes to parallel your left. Bring your arms down by your side. Take your hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Draw those elbows back. Inhale, lifting from the chest. Bring the breath up. All the way up. See if it can touch the collarbone. Good. And then release the arms. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, warrior two, opposite side. It's sinking in. Straighten, drawing that hip back. Sinking in. Good. Finding your warrior arms if you want to bring them in. If you're working with shoulder tension in the shoulder or an injury, you can bring your arms down here. Relaxing them down towards the ground. Gaze can still go to the left. Good. On your next inhale, slowly coming out of this pose. Toes are going to face each other. Arms are going to come down by your side. And let's bring the feet in. Good. Shake them out. Excellent. Our next pose before we move into warrior three, because we're going through the three warriors, I should say. Warrior one, warrior two, warrior three today. Before we come into that, we're going to come into pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. I'm going to face this direction. Right foot is going to be forward. Left foot is going to be back. Again, you can use a chair if you'd like to place your hands. I'm going to place blocks out in front of me. Good. Drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to fold. Now stop halfway, find length in the crown. So your gaze, I'm looking towards you just so you can, of course, I can look down. You guys can still hear me, right? I just always want to look over. I'm used to being in a classroom and being able to scan everybody. So find that crown of the head, lengthening forward. Draw the right hip back, nice strong core. And then melting your hands down the leg. Hands can stay on the leg, or you can find a prop for the pose. Really pressing down in the left heel, drawing the right hip back. Find your breath. Feel. Giving your body the time to drop into this pose. And when you're ready to come out, all four corners of both feet press the ground away. Hands can come to your hips. Use the strength of your core to draw you back up. Step the back foot up to meet the front. Good. Shake it out. I'm going to keep my blocks right there because I'm going to find the opposite side. So shift the weight into your left foot. Bend your right leg. Step that right foot back. Inhale. If you feel like your back heel is lifting off the mat, just step it closer and exhale. Inhale. Come down halfway. Use your left hand to pull the left hip back behind you.
And then hands can come down. Softening the toes. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to transition out of the pose, coming all the way up. Step the back foot up to meet the front. Give those legs a shake. Warrior 3. So for Warrior 3, if you want to use a chair or use a wall, that's an option. So I'm going to put mine there just to show you. So Warrior 3, and I'll instruct you into it, but Warrior 3 is going to look like this, okay, with your one leg kicking back behind you. Hands are going to be on the chair. If you're not going to use a chair, hands can be on your hips. You can bring the palms together. They can be down by your side. There are so many options, or you can reach your arms up over your head. Good. So taking a step forward with the right foot, heel is going to come down first. Spread those toes. Toes are going to come down. Shift your weight over the standing leg. From here, we're going to hinge at the hips. We need to activate the front of the body first, okay? So really draw your belly button in. And from here, you can play around with lifting the back foot. If you want to come deeper, take the foot back behind you. If you want to use your chair, you can use your chair. Take one more breath here. Good. Slowly bring that foot down. You might feel that in the hips, right? We're strengthening the hips. Coming towards the back of the mat. Stepping forward with the left foot this time. So nice step forward here. Good. Shift your weight. Feel the heel of the left foot. Feel the big toe. Press the ground away. And then, whenever you're ready, lifting the foot off. Navel is being drawn towards the lower back. You can imagine a string on your belly button and it's being pulled through the body towards the lower back. Dropping the right hip down if you want to change your hands this time. It's an option. If your foot comes down, that's fine. Go ahead and bring it back up. And then slowly coming out of the pose. Good. Shake your legs out. I'm going to take this chair off to the side. Good job. We're going to keep going. You're doing an incredible job. So coming back to the mat. Inhale, take your arms up. Palms are going to touch. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to fold back in and we're going to come to sit on our mats. Coming down. Good. Let's take our legs out in front of us. And the flesh away from the sit bones. If you want to use a strap, if you have a strap and you want to use it, you're more than welcome to. You can take it around the feet or a towel, belt, whatever you would like to use. Draw the shoulders back. Take a nice deep inhale. Feel a gentle back bend in your upper back. So the shoulders move back, the chest lifts up. And then exhale, folding forward. You can walk your hands down, whatever you're using, or your hands can be down by your side, walking them towards the feet. On your next inhale, release the pose. Take your legs a little bit wider. And take my strap and place it off to the side. So right hand is going to reach down the top of the right leg. Left hand is going to come out in front, palm facing down. And then we're going to take that arm back behind us, opening the shoulder up towards the ceiling. Drop that shoulder back down to transition to the other side, palm facing down. Right hand is going to follow, opening up. So we're increasing that range of motion in the shoulder joints. Drop the hand down, shoulder down, moving to the opposite side. Good. Opening up, maybe spinning your chest up towards the ceiling a little bit more. And then slowly coming over to the left. Inhale, we open up. Exhale. Switching sides. Inhale. Exhale. One more on either side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Grabbing a hold of behind the knees, lifting them up, bringing them in towards you. Go ahead and give them a shake. Bringing the soles of the feet in towards your body. Baddha Konasana. I'm going to move the flesh away from the sit bones. And if you'd like to find a blanket to sit on or pillow, if you feel there's pulling in your lower back or hamstring muscles, just sit up a little higher. Good. Interlacing the fingers and taking them under the feet or holding on to the legs. Draw the shoulders back behind you. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Opening the knees out to the side to feel that nice stretch in the inner thigh. Go ahead and take your head side to side. We're not tensing up the neck. On your inhale, coming back up. Bring the knees in towards each other. Good. And we are going to come all the way down onto our back. So you can move your props out off to the side. Come down onto your back. I'm going to move my chair off to the side. Keeping a blanket or pillow next to you if you're going to want it for Shavasana for our final pose today. Good. Come all the way down. Shoop. Bring the knees in towards your chest, hugging those knees in. Good. And then take the knees a little bit wider, grabbing a hold of the feet for happy baby. Maybe rocking side to side. Feet, or I should say legs, is another option. then we're going to bring the legs in towards each other, crossing the right leg over the left. Good. Knees are going to come in towards our chest. And then switching sides. Left leg is going to come over the right. Good. And bring the feet back down. Take a nice deep inhale. Drop your knees over to the right. Inhale, bring them up through center. Exhale, drop them over to the left. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale. Exhale, over to the left. Good. Moving into Shavasana, our final pose today, which can be on your back, on the ground, supporting your knees with a blanket if you'd like such, and then coming down. Or you can finish your practice in a seated position on your mat or in your chair, whichever is calling you, whichever works best today. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. And I invite you to stay in Shavasana as long as you would like today. Try to give yourselves at least 5 or 6 minutes to really drop into the relaxation and calm that we find in our Shavasana. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for sharing your practice with myself, with each other. Namaste.